Gina on a track.
Hey, 200 up better, everything I drive is dangerous. I got way more problems than some Cubanies can tangled up. But nothing in my piggy bank, I spent 1,000 just on mud. One thing I was never focused on was keeping up with another nigga. Shawty still gon' fuck me even though she say she love her nigga. I didn't pick these like grew up with murderers and drug dealers. So Lord, I know I'm trying to trust niggas. Tryna put that lamb on some forges. 40 on Draco lawyer. I talk for the hurt mama, son. Thuggin' with pen and charge. Only thing on his mind, he catches
GM, welcome to Noun O'Clock Live at the Noun Square. 200 or better. That's what we're talking about tonight. 200 consecutive spaces. Well done, fam. Thank you guys for joining us every single day. It doesn't feel like 200. It feels like 198 or something.
Feels like 2,000.
Yeah, 198. That's the number.
I haven't counted up all the soapboxes yet, but I suspect it's north of 700 total. So we'll have that number for you shortly. But suffice to say, we've hosted a few spaces here on the Noun Square for the Nounish community, and we appreciate you guys coming out and hosting them and coming to them and contributing to our contests and all of the above. So how are you guys doing on this fine December 30th? Robot Fish Girl, you ready to mint a rosebud?
I am very ready to mint a rosebud. I am so pumped that this is happening.
I think we can do it. I mean, we need some luck, obviously. You always need a little bit of luck.
We'll need to not instantly end FOMO like we did last night, but
And we cannot cave.
To what, sorry?
We need FOMO to not instantly end like it did last night, but I think we can do it.
Yeah, we also need to stick to our guns, not get distracted by shiny things. I'm looking at you, Joshua Fisher, specifically.
I'm sorry.
Joshua's like, ooh, that's nice. Ooh,
It's
that's
so
nice.
hard sometimes.
It is hard.
Yeah,
Especially when
honestly, I get it.
Comes up, I'm gonna have to vote for it. You can't.
I'm just looking down there. Look, RFG, do you see Drayvon down there?
I'm looking. I don't right now.
Just scanning and happened to notice him wearing our little 200 episode special glow.
I see it.
Shout out Drayvon. Love it. Love it. All right, we got Mr. Ben Body here. He's connecting. He will soon be able to join. If you are not yet on nounoclock.app, that's where you ought to go. Whether you're on your phone or your desktop, there's 4 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock for this wave. Okay, I need to stop here for a second. What happened yesterday? How did we end up with a wave?
We started playing FOMO, and then FOMO was over.
I think we were a little late to get the FOMO, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it was one up vote.
It literally ended instantly.
So let's get it open early and get ready to downvote the first down.
I see. I thought it was. I thought it was
my
like
son on this one because he upvoted the wave. I think it was his fault.
Okay, it's always
Truth
easier
comes
to
out.
blame children. I was going to blame Akva and Ben Body. I thought they were like, but hey, we have Christmas too.
Yeah, exactly. We had a beachy Christmas, waves. That's what was happening here. We're like, well, even if we got rugged, it was definitely by an Aussie. Had to be.
The
Nope, it was by a Floridian. There you go. Same thing.
The call out for those two nouns for 516,
All right,
561.
this is your token summer holiday noun. Okay, don't ask us to mint another one. Fair, Ben?
I think so. We've got a lot of holidays left to go though. We could potentially still get an island.
Well, not tonight. Tonight we got to go for the rosebud.
Yeah, we need rosebuds.
I'm about to tweet.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm about to tweet here. Somebody take over telling about the auction and FOMO and NOMO. Well, I'm going to tweet out a picture of the rosebud so everybody knows what we're going for. Can someone take that over?
Yeah, that's a good idea. So we're here watching the end of the daily auction at nouns.wtf or nounoclock.app. And once that auction finishes, we get to move over to fomonouns.wtf, where we get to have a say in what the next noun may look like. This is where we'll be picking the rosebud. When we see rosebud, we press up thumb, and if it's not a rosebud, then we press down thumb. It's pretty simple. And then after that, depending on how that goes, we might end up with a lot of choices for Nomo, which might give us extra rounds. That's really cool. By minimum, there's going to be 30. And if not, like if we go through 100, 150 even, I think we might have tapped it out at 150, maybe 200. But there could be a lot, and that's where we do mash clicking as many times as you can or want, and the ones that you like, and it'll be a face-off at the end until we get our favorite Nomo noun at nomo.wtf. I think that's a decent explanation of the process. But
Nailed.
today,
That was quite good.
That was pretty good.
I think the most important part today is this rosebud at fomonouns.wtf. And it's our 200th consecutive show. They didn't. You didn't need to say that 200 times, obviously, because I can't say it. But that's crazy. New Year's Eve here, 200th show. That's
crazy.
Amazing. Good timing.
Oh yeah, I always forget that
I posted.
that you live in the future.
Yeah, it's like almost 4:20 on New Year's Eve right now.
I did pin my Poe app, which is full of nounish rosebuds, so you guys can see that.
I saw it. Can't get it unless we meet you, right?
That is correct.
Damn it. That's an expensive Poe app.
Sorry, Ben.
Feels kind of
jumped out to me flying across the country to get Rob's Poe app.
How's this? If you see me on TV, I will also give it to
I'll
you.
take a photo.
I'm not saying you're going to.
If I do,
I'm not saying you're going to, but if you do, then I will give it to you.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try, and I'll screenshot.
This is how to get a stalker 101.
There you go.
I'm more disappointed that Warren Bodie didn't show up.
Wouldn't be my first stalker, so you know.
Oh
hey,
gosh, 30
I'm
seconds left on the auction, guys. 30 seconds left on the auction. Okay, 26 seconds.
No,
everybody get FOMO nouns.
Oh, Lil Nouns
FOMO
is
nouns.
getting this noun too. Crazy.
Yo, everybody go to FOMO nouns.
I didn't want to jinx it, but I think we got
29.58. Well done.
13 seconds.
Oh, capybara.
Everybody better be over on FOMO nouns, ready to go. Remember, we're going for the rosebud, for the rose parade. It's pinned above. No excuses. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully we don't get run. Best we can do.
Make sure to downvote if it is not
rosebud.
Rosebud only.
Rosebud only.
You know my least favorite thing about the gnome? Not a rosebud.
Not a rosebud.
Who is upvoting this otter?
This noun.
Two people choosing
a nice noun.
People are not listening to us.
That's a nice noun, but it ought to be a rosebud.
It ought to be.
I feel like we haven't seen a rosebud in a while. Like, what are the chances right now?
There's one yesterday.
One in. No, I don't know.
We can use gambling chances because we haven't seen it for a while. It must be coming up next.
That's how I play roulette.
2 hours straight.
That's exactly how I play roulette. Yeah.
Yeah, they call it the gambler's fallacy because it's true, Ben.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm going to suggest that one of us go to YOLO in case it doesn't get settled and grab it.
Oh, sounds like a great volunteer operation, Symbio.
Okay.
Symbiotic.
Something squeaky wheel. Have fun.
All right, Ghost. A couple months too late.
Yeah, that would have been a good Halloween.
That's like a ghost in like a 70s motel.
Yeah.
It's a Ghost in an Ugly Sweater. It is a lovely book.
I really like this book.
It's like a night
get the
reading
book.
guy with red eyes.
Quick, get the book. Sam's not here. No, don't do it.
Don't do it.
And Woody's not either. Yeah, the book.
Do not listen to the
people are not
jokes.
here.
This is gonna be 420 all over again. You guys know this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That's okay.
At least we know Lil Nouns won't settle on us like other.
That's true. That's a very good point, actually.
Kids, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Don't do it.
Thank you for your service.
Al, if you settle, we'll know it's you.
SQ just goes and settles without realizing. Gonna settle this noun. Don't do it, SQ.
It's a cool hot dog how it runs
Yeah,
into the
for
shirt. The
Joshi.
mustard's on the shirt as well.
Oh,
Luckily,
that
my
is
kid
cool.
is not playing FOMO today because he liked the hot dog. He was about to
Not
it.
a rosebud.
Not a rosebud.
Hey, Ben, imagine if you squirted mustard on your shirt and you looked down and it spelled yo. You'd be like, whoa.
I'd have to keep that shirt. I mean, not wash
This
it.
is
That's a
offensive.
nice pen.
Supposed to
It's
what?
offensive because it's not a rosebud.
Not a rosebud, but it's a nice
Oh,
one.
there's our island.
Ben, hands off.
Don't do it.
Hands off, Ben.
I still voted no.
No.
I want to see a
No
rosebud.
Thank you.
islands, Ben.
Who's voting yes? I think I'm voting yes.
Technically, we could mint the cone, shark, or pickle, and it still would be kosher.
Toshi, no.
Or another skateboard.
I mean, well, those are on the float, so yeah.
They are on the float.
I like it.
Another way.
Okay.
We can just do...
Noted shark head enthusiast Joshua Fisher likes the idea of getting a shark head. I'm so surprised.
Oh, this is a
Oh my
builder.
god, this builder! Oh my god, this builder! It's so
That's such a nice builder. That is
a really nice building.
That's the supervisor for sure. He has not got
any
dirt on his uniform.
Recreate that. I'm gonna recreate that one.
Hogwarts hogwash.
I wanted to ask Abdoshi how big the float is.
This couch is so nice.
I think it's like 3 stories high.
It's 50 feet tall.
Wow.
But I don't know how long it is, but it's 50 feet tall.
It's massive.
Did you see the Nounish video? You can kind of get a gist for how long the trailer is.
Yeah.
They're also so large that they have to be folded in half because they can't fit inside a building.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, watching them in the 4th Nounish video where they like slowly start to stand up and then go nope and then go back down is really fun.
Do we know which section of float is going to be in the whole parade?
Yeah, what time-ish do you think the nouns are going to show
right
up
in the beginning? Early on.
Right in the beginning?
They're like it's like somewhere between like the 5th and 8th float or something, so it's really early. So be watching right from the beginning.
Awesome.
And then
we should probably push out
I think 7 a.m. on the live stream.
it.
The live stream's at 7 a.m. and that's when like the media spot's gonna play.
7 a.m.
So
what?
watching that.
PST.
PST. Okay.
10 your time.
It's a nice index card.
It
is.
So good.
It sure is.
That's so sweet. So colorful.
Podrowski got the first index card out last night.
They're just poking everyone.
I just downvoted a flamingo.
That's right.
We're playing for keeps tonight. This is another 420.
Classic red noggles too.
Yeah, it was okay. It was mid. It was a mid flamingo. I was okay downvoting.
Flamingo?
Midgo.
God, I'm turning into Tony.
No, it's a flower. But
it's a flower. It's not a rose, but it is a flower.
A rose by any other name, but
can't sneak
that
it
honestly
in.
could have worked, guys. There's a lot of other flowers.
That would have worked. There's a lot of moms and stuff. Yeah, that would have worked.
Nope.
But not spaghetti. Not spaghetti. That's for sure.
No, especially not that. So I would have voted that down regardless. That is not a pretty noun.
Ooh, this one's nice.
That's a good thing.
That 4 people broke.
Yeah.
Yep. We're gonna get FOMO shamed by nounders on that one. I'm just tell you right now.
Isn't Dev Carrot here? Yeah. Are we getting FOMO shamed now?
I bet he was.
Oh, rosebud!
Rosebud, yes.
You guys, that is the
That's such a clean rosebud.
Oh my god!
And it's such a good one too.
Yes.
I nearly missed that.
Let's do it.
We got it. Oh my god, that was so much faster
Oh my
than I
god,
was
congratulations.
expecting.
You will not believe it.
Well done.
Unreal.
TNS wins again.
That was so much better than I thought it was going to be.
So good.
That's awesome.
Record time.
And it's a nice one too.
That's a record time successful FOMO, I reckon.
Oh, we've also got
You did
Nomo.
it. You did it.
I'm going for that
FOMO's
builder.
the rosebud.
That builder is mine. I want that builder.
That builder looks really good. I think I'm going for the
So
Bright
good.
Idea book, but if that loses, I'm going for the builder. Oh, but the index card. All right, no, I'm going for the index card.
I think I'm going to go for that. Yo,
I'm definitely going for the builder.
Me too.
It's too funny.
Oh, yo, hot dog's good.
Oh,
I'm going for the pyramid. That pyramid is too clean.
That pyramid is real good.
I'm gonna. Oh, there's too many
Still
good
like that
ones.
builder.
I'm gonna keep changing. I think I'm gonna get the.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
I'm gonna save the pyramid.
Oh, everybody likes the index
I'm
card.
gonna save some of the hair.
That index card is good. And so is that pyramid.
You like it. Thanks.
Hot dog.
Time to upgrade your vote to the pyramid, y'all.
Pyramid and the hair.
Not quite yet. Not quite yet.
I don't know. This
Sticking with the
builder is so
The
nice.
ghost looks
The
good.
Builder is so
supervisor.
good. He's so good. I know what I want him for, too.
Man,
Pyramid.
David,
Oh, where'd the
not
hot
so
dog go?
simple.
Hot dog.
I think we're going to end up with builder index
Builder
card.
was this easy. You guys are gonna get
I
over
have a real
it.
mouse now too, so I'm confident in this index.
Oh boy.
Index card.
Builder. Come on. Come on. No.
Oh,
Oh, I'm so sad.
Yes. All right.
Fine, builder it is.
Build with me.
Party
I'll
time.
go
Party
with
time.
Index
the
card.
Party time. Party.
It's builder now. Come on.
Party time with the
So
builder now.
close. So close.
I'm good with
this is
either
a
one.
pretty even one.
They're both great. This is going to be tight. Although the index
There you
card.
go.
Oh, damn!
That's
a crime.
Thank you. And
Nice.
Chris, I
Good job,
see you in the audience. We got your rosebud.
Yay!
Now Chris just has to buy it. No big deal.
I did see it though. I did see it. I screen captured it. I saw the.
Mine cost $12
Hey, Robot
on
Fish
YOLO.
Girl, I did send you yesterday's Nomo. So check your wallet if you haven't.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Would Stupid Buddy trade the noun that they have now for this rose if they can do like an OTC deal with somebody that'll buy it?
Well,
trade.
Well, let's ask Chris. Now he's on the stage.
I mean, I have to defer to Towner on that one. It is nice though. I gotta say, I do like it, but I feel like the chicken is the chicken.
What do you guys have right now? Which one is the one you guys have? Yeah, you can't really give that one up.
Don't they have the chicken? Is it a chicken?
Yeah, you can't really give that up.
But it is a fabulous rosebud that we have up now, and good job everybody in your discipline and sticking with it. I know it was hard, but it's fabulous.
I'm really happy with this. It looks so good.
I'm going to guess that Toady is rugged because we haven't heard from him for a bit.
Yeah, he didn't say anything in Discord either.
Yeah, he has not said no.
It's definitely possible. I had a call with him earlier, and it was a terrible, terrible call because of his reception. So
he said his internet was getting worse, right?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't hear anything you were saying, to be honest.
Yeah, he was getting rugged earlier when we did Build a Rock. So we're pretty much done, right? We don't have any guests or anything. Hey, Toshi or Chris, do you guys want to say anything about what's going on and what you've been doing and all the fun stuff?
Duh, we definitely do. I'm actually sitting in a room right now with Emma, Blooms, Grant, and Neil, and we're filming for the documentary. So you guys are all on camera right now. Hope you're ready for that.
Oh my god, I gotta fix my hair. We gotta go fix my hair. Hold on.
Hi, Mom.
I mean, Neil, also
he
impressive.
filmed the FOMO experience, and he
I
filmed
just
no
actually waved at Twitter as if any of you can say, what is wrong with me?
That's amazing.
You've officially entered the metaverse.
pinned to the top the actual channel. You guys can watch the live stream of the parade. We want to make sure that you guys all watch it as well. And it would be really, really, really fun if while you're watching it, you either take a photo of yourself or a video of yourself dancing in front of the TV while the Noun Square's going by, or just standing there, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, no dancing. Yeah, dancing. Neil says absolutely
Toshi,
dancing.
I think you have the right idea. They have to dance the whole 5 mile time with us.
Yes, you aren't truly nounish if you aren't dancing for the entire time that this float's going down Colorado Boulevard. So that's 5 miles. But truly,
I will give my POAP. I will give a POAP out if you do dance in front of your TV and post it on Twitter.
There you go.
You will get a POAP even if you're not.
You'll get POAPs. Tag nounish, tag NounsDAO, tag Stupid Buddy. We want to see you guys like in your noggles at home, vibing with us at the parade. It's really cool, guys, and it's a huge, huge feat. And please, like, Chris is not gonna talk about the amazing job that they've done because he's too humble, but Stupid Buddy knocked this out of the park. Like, this would absolutely not be happening without them. The float is insane, and like Eric was saying next to it today, like, it's so strange that 8 months ago this was like a silly idea in a room, and now it's real. And it's so real that we were like putting flowers on it today, and kids are wearing noggles. And while we're all there, like, every volunteer is coming up and asking like what noggles are, what are nouns, and they're loving it. And honestly, like, even the older people there are like, oh, my grandson knows about NFTs, and like everyone's loving it. Like, this is, of all the crypto events I've been to for the last 6 months, the Rose Parade is literally the most accepting of nouns and NFTs. And I really, really mean that. It is an incredible experience. And so please, please, please watch the live stream. Start watching it at 10 a.m. Eastern time so you guys can see the media spot beforehand. It'll start at 11 a.m. your time, the actual parade, and let us know that you're watching it. Please send us photos of yourself with noggles. We would love to see all of that while it's going down.
Did I miss the POAP?
Yeah. No, you just missed everything else. It's okay. We'll get you.
Wait, Toshi too. Like, we're gonna try to, like, after the float turns the corner, we're gonna try to live stream from camcorder from one of our walkarounds. So we'll have to post.
Yeah,
amazing.
Somewhere we're gonna post where we're gonna do that. What account we're gonna do that to? Either Nounish or your account.
For those who don't know, a camcorder
I'm
is
sure
like,
TNS will do it.
A camcorder is like an iPhone that only does recording. Right?
Thank you for explaining that, because
yeah, very high tech, very high tech.
For the old people. I mean, for the young people who aren't.
I was going to say, I didn't know, but that's because I am a baby.
You didn't know what a camcorder was?
I'm definitely shitposting. I know what a camcorder is.
Oh, I was about to be like, we need to have a little talk here. I have a lot of photos to send you of what that is. No, but really, what are you guys excited to see about it? Like, coming from, like, if you weren't here, like, if you're at home and watching this whole thing go down, like, what does it look like to you? What does it feel like? Are you guys like, oh my God, why do I like the Rose Parade? Why is this happening? Like, I'd love to know what you guys are thinking about this whole experience, like viewing it from the outside.
Well, I'm thinking how annoying it is that it's like a 30-hour transit for me to get there, and probably like $2,500 just for flights, just for transport, and then whatever I have to spend to hang around there. So I mean, just like NFT Fest recently in Australia cost me $7,000 to go there for the week. It's like, imagine going over there for this. I would love to, but you know, it's quite a tasty piece of cash to get there. So I've got proper FOMO, and it's not even fear of, like, I'm actually going to miss out, and I know it. So it's like, I guess I'm just in the depression phase now. But
that's actually called the NOMO phase, Ben.
Yeah, exactly. NOMO, exactly.
You have NOMO happiness.
I'm actually
you can't get there.
I'm actually driving down the route right now. I'm going down Colorado to get my wife and daughter some boba, but no one's gonna miss out because it's all gonna be live. Everyone's gonna be able to watch it at the same time. So
yeah, I'm 100% going to be tuning in.
From the comfort,
yeah, I'm 100% going to tune in.
Little mimosa.
I'm going to wear the noggles and do some filming, and hopefully it'll be a good time. even just on my own here.
Ben, I was right there
100%
for a
will.
bit. Did we land on a fee that Chris was going to pay us for the rosebud, or we haven't talked
I
numbers
do
yet?
not recall that conversation, unfortunately.
Can we pay in flowers? Can we pay in flowers?
We'll take this. We'll take this offline, Chris. That's okay.
You can pay
If
in
Seth
floats.
ever wanted a noun, now's the time.
Oh,
Right?
That's
I have a
true.
legit
That's true.
question. I just joked about you can pay in nouns floats, but like, what is the plan for this gigantic float after the parade? Like, what's going to happen with it? Can we
I
keep
don't know.
driving it around everywhere, just through cities and stuff?
We should take it on a very slow drive across country. It would take like I don't know, what's that, 1,800 hours or something, 500
It's
hours?
actually just built
I
around
would
your
fund that
Winnebago,
proposal.
isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, it is.
It's built around
all built.
the stupid buddy Winnebago.
Yeah, it's all built around the Bago. The Bago actually, I think, is going to serve a purpose pre-parade. It's going to be the staging area. But yeah,
Nice.
it's massive. I don't know who could possibly store this. We're going to try to keep parts of it, but it's all been soldered and put together. So there's a strong frame underneath it all, even though it'll look soft and delicate with all these flowers.
Yeah, I'd love to see it get used for some other stuff afterwards. Just randomly show up out the front of big sporting events and things like that. Just show up in the traffic. Just like, what the hell is this thing?
I don't even know how it could like clear streetlights, honestly, trying to get it like across the country.
Yeah.
But like imagining it
True.
down Route 66,
Let's just
it's funny.
50 feet high.
drive it out to Coachella and do like
Toshi, have
shows
we
out
done
there.
any more strategizing on like guerrilla tactics, like purposely taking a wrong turn, stuff like this, or no?
You're just gonna have to wait and I think watch the live stream and see what happens.
I think the answer is we're definitely not doing that, but if it happens.
One thing I did not know how the
We could put it on a
parade looks
yacht
like from
afterwards.
my perspective. I did not know the cultural significance of the Rose Bowl parade. And yesterday I jumped in, I did some research, and I cannot believe, shockingly, I cannot believe how big this is and how culturally significant it is. And seeing all the other floats that come along with this, it just hit me like a pile of bricks. Literally, like, oh my God, Nouns is about to launch into the stratosphere with this, and I'm excited. I just wanted to answer Josie's question of how this looks like from my perspective. It's unbelievable. It's which brand exists 2 years and gets their brand right in the middle of this big event. So it's really amazing.
That also does lead into a possible thing that we could do with the float afterwards, is launch it into the stratosphere.
Yes, that's a genius idea. Like, there's already a Tesla floating
Elon?
around. Let's launch
Elon,
Nouns.
can you help us? Elon?
Yeah.
Elon can help? Sure.
Next proposal is to commission a spacecraft to shoot it into space. If we don't get that far, we could totally put it on like a giant yacht. That would fit under big bridges. You could have it around like, in the Bay Area and stuff like that, and just cruise it up and down the coast a bit. That'd be
Maybe
pretty
it's
fun.
one of those. Maybe it's one of those duck buses, and it's already amphibious. Have you tried?
Yes.
Genius. That would be hilarious. Just drive it straight down a boat ramp.
I mean, why do they call it a float, anyways?
Yeah, exactly. I think they're supposed to be on water.
There you go. So we just get a Bored Ape yacht and we put the Nouns float on it. There you go. So what else should we be looking for, Toshi? What else should they be on the lookout for? Or Chris?
I think we lost Chris to ice cream, but we do still have Toshi.
We may have.
Oh wait, we lost Toshi too.
We may have lost her to ice cream as well. I don't know.
We lost California. Oh, there, Chris is back.
I'm here.
Has there been an earthquake? No, I'm sorry, that's terrible.
They were like, please tell these people to stop.
It's not terrible. It's God's Etch a Sketch. You're allowed to make jokes.
Chris is back with his ice cream. Chris.
Yo.
Go. Did you hear the question?
What else do we have to look forward to? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
What else should they be looking for?
Well, okay, so judging is on Sunday afternoon on the 1st. So for 5 minutes, the judges will surround the float, and they will make little notes, and then we will find out if we win an award. If the float wins an award, and there's lots of different categories. There's like the Bob Hope Humor Award, and there's Best Design, and there's all kinds of things. So we want to win an award. We don't want to just be in this thing. We want to win an award, and then we'll find out at I think it's 5:30 or 6 a.m. on the 2nd. We'll find out. They'll walk to the steps of the Wrigley Mansion, and they'll announce who has won awards. And then as it's broadcast, you guys will all find out. If we don't tweet beforehand, you will find out if we won an award, because the broadcasters will mention that when they're talking about the float. So that's what's happening. So
who do you think? How do you feel about the competition? Do you feel like there's definitely a float that's going to win something? Do you think we're one of the ones that's going to win something? How are you feeling?
I feel really great. We haven't seen all the floats. We've only seen probably 15 of the floats, but I've seen drawings of all the floats, and I there's definitely some floats. The NASCAR float is pretty nice. The San Diego Zoo float is pretty nice. I mean, there's definitely some nice floats, but I feel like ours is the most striking visually. It's the most colorful. It's just so different than anything else that's being done. We got a little animation on our float, which is kind of cool. So I feel like we got a good shot. I feel like we got a good shot at winning an award. I really hope we do win one. And not just for us and for Nouns, but for all the people, for all the volunteers, for all the people that have put so much into building this thing. I mean, it's crazy how many hours and hours and hours have gone into this thing. And Optoshi was there today putting flowers on, and it, like, when you do it and you realize like every single thing you see on this float will have been put there by hand, it's really cool. It's very wholesome, and it's very Nounish. And you just see all these people. Some of them have no idea what Nouns is, but they are so dedicated. All these volunteers at this point are so dedicated to making it look good. So it's just very wholesome. It's a great atmosphere, and I think it's perfect for Nouns.
I guess some
Chris,
people
is that
enthusiasts.
What was that?
I guess some people are just pickle enthusiasts. They're like, I don't know what this Nouns thing is, but a giant pickle. I'm all about the giant pickle.
Listen, I'm one of those people. I get it.
Fan of the traffic, yeah. We had the professor there today, with the professor and Colton there today, putting some flowers on. Obviously, and then I gotta say props to Neil, who has been filming nonstop for the last week after traveling all the way to Ireland and coming back, and must be on some other time zone. I don't even know what. I think he's been with Optoshi now for 13 hours today straight. So
crazy, amazing work.
Director Neil Berkeley.
The horror.
Chris, is all of the time spent decorating this float and like all this stuff that you're talking about, is that going to be like in like the actual time in the Rose Parade? Like, do we have clearance for all that stuff for the doc?
Yeah, we have full media credentials, and we have clearance for all this stuff for the documentary. So this will be a big part of the documentary is our building of these awesome walk around costumes, and some of the fun we've had filming them, and some of the fun we still will have filming them over the next couple of days with Nouns on the ground, and then the making of this float, which is truly it is a spectacle. Like, standing in front of it, it's incredible how big it is and how well engineered the whole thing is. So everyone's going to get to see this whole thing come together, and how it all came together, and how many people came into making it together, in addition to just telling this bigger story about Nouns and everything that's happened in crypto in the last year. So it's been like a very interesting time to be telling a story about nouns, and I think we're really excited to see where it all goes. But it's very cool, and you guys
That's
will
awesome.
get
I
a
love hearing
front
that.
row seat.
Amazing.
Well, what you said about like the process, I think like even as somebody who's like I wouldn't say I'm like a Rose Bowl aficionado or anything like that, but I've paid attention to it. Like I know what it is, but like I don't know that I ever realized that like every single thing on there is a flower and it's placed by hand. And so I think seeing that's going to be really
Joshua,
cool
why
just
does
for
your
like Rose Bowl
LinkedIn
as well.
say? Why does your LinkedIn say Rose Bowl aficionado then?
On LinkedIn you have to fudge a little.
So
Josh has fudged his resume.
Josh, on that note, I similar, because I watched the Rose Parade growing up, and also realized that I knew a lot of stats about the Rose Parade because of 90210 and Donna Martin's quest for the court. But seeing things like up front, like up close and personal, and seeing like the level of detail is unreal. Like to be on the float and like the level of detail of the folks from like the professional float designer people like who are in charge, like it's crazy. I spent a ridiculous amount of time putting tiny little beans on planters, which I just shared some photos, just a few, in the comments and pinned it up top. And you can see some of those planters like with the glue still not dry yet, and just like what we were doing. And then like putting coconut shavings on the white arm. So like everything is covered in something natural, whether it's crushed seeds or beans or flowers or coconut shavings or all lentils. Like it's crazy. It's like there's so much detail and it's so fun. It's a colossal amount of work though. It's crazy to see the amount going into it, but it's going to be unbelievable.
Is there guidelines about like what materials can be used? I take it. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just tons of flowers.
And they're gonna look. They're gonna look closely to make sure they can't see any of the structure, because they want nothing but flowers and seeds to be seen. So that's part of the judging process, as well as the design aesthetic, and then how flowers are used, and what materials are used. So part of what the announcers will talk about when our float is being featured is some of that stuff, and then part of it will be, and the thing I'm most interested in, and unfortunately we don't get to see a script beforehand, is can they effectively describe nouns in what will probably amount, like outside of talking about the flowers and joking and banter between the announcers, it's probably 10 seconds they have to really articulate like what is this nouns thing. And so we're all very curious to see. Now we are excited that they shot a promo on us and came to the studio and visited and interviewed Seth. So there will be like a 2 to 3 minute promo prior to the parade between 7 and 8 Pacific, which you guys should definitely tune into, and we'll repost after, of course. But that will go much more in depth. Yeah.
Can you just make sure that they mention that the SVG is generated from the block hash? I think that's probably something we definitely want to sneak in there.
That's what we led with. And and I think getting into the weeds is the right thing for the average consumer. Really need
especially
to
when
understand.
you have 10 seconds. When you have 10 seconds on broadcast.
If they only have 10 seconds, just mention that, please.
Yeah.
So it's 32 pixels by 32 pixels.
We did hear today when SVG. I was putting flowers on the float, I did overhear like a tour guide, and she's all, now these are NFTs. Those are non-fungible transactions. And then I was just I got to hear this. So
I've had some very interesting explanations for sure.
Yeah. Our hope is like the way I think the best way to describe it to someone that doesn't know anything or care about what these things are is that it's pieces of art that are auctioned every day, and the money from that art is pooled to help spread more of that art and to do public works and to do interesting creative things in the name of nouns. And I think like that level of explanation is about all you could hope for in 10 seconds, because everyone can understand like, oh, I know what an auction is, I know what selling art is, and I know what pooled money is. And so I think the minute you start using words like blockchain and non-fungible tokens and all these things, you're going to lose people. So hopefully they heed our advice and they
yeah, that sounds really good. I love that.
We actually had
just saying it's art.
We had a conversation sort of about this, Prof and I, earlier today on our Builder Box soapbox, where we were talking about trying to promote the Builder sort of to non-crypto natives. And one of the things we talked about was using the word community, like spinning up a community versus spinning up a DAO, and just how that can be, that simple shift in verbiage can.
That's great too. That's great
too.
Yeah. Just using.
Not that there's anything wrong with DAOs,
are,
but it just doesn't mean much to most people.
But and the thing that gets everyone here, and the thing that's gotten everyone is the community of it anyway. Like the DAO is a technical term, but for everyone here, I think it's a type of community, right? That's got everyone excited, but it's still a community. It's just an empowered.
Ooh, empowered community is a good way to put it.
So
absolutely empower. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So we'll see. That'll be
maybe we should make it. Maybe we should make it an acronym though, an EC. Call it an EC so that it's just a bit
empowered
more
community.
Yeah.
Just
come up with more acronyms.
Let's get one more thing they have to explain. Yeah. I have to say the other thing that I've when I've been trying to explain it to some of the volunteers, like what is it and all this stuff, is really focusing on the characters and just saying these really cute characters and they all have these personalities and just talking about that, and that's been helpful as well to kind of get them a little bit more into what
pretty easy to convince them the characters are cool with that shark standing right there.
Absolutely. Well, he's kind of sideways and it's hard to see, but I have a little floor noun flamingo on my jacket, so I just showed them that.
I feel like your biases might be showing here. I don't know.
Maybe a little.
Are we having a mascot battle right now?
Speaking of,
I still don't understand the pickle, but I hear that Gremplin was the reason, so I defer. But
I didn't know that, but it doesn't come as a surprise. Gremplin seems like he would be a fan of pickles. Just does. We do have Igloo in the house, by the way. Just joined. Igloo Noun, Susak.eth. One of the beneficiaries of our holiday FOMO noun minting spree that we've went on this week. So welcome, Susak. How are you?
Hey guys, I'm great. I just joined the community, and I do a very good introduction to my friends about the nouns. Like I introduced to my friends like they are non-crypto people, and I was asking them like they asked me why are you buying this NFT, and I explained to them like nouns is a foundation, and everyone can put some money in, and everyone has voting rights to. Everyone in the community gets to decide how to spend the fund in the foundation. So like I just basically say it is the NFT is just some kind of like a ticket to the foundation, and everyone put the funds in the foundation. And then everyone thinks that makes sense, and then they believe that that's how NFT should work. Like they are non-crypto people, they don't even know any technology, and I think that's the way how I explain to my friends. Yeah,
that's really cool. Can you talk to us a little bit briefly about? I know we're going to have you on as a guest very soon, hopefully, so you can talk to us in more detail about this. But talk to us about the potential for nouns in China, because I believe you're from the Chinese crypto community as well, if I'm not mistaken. And what made you want to buy a noun, and what do you think the potential is for nouns within that community?
Here's the case. Like last week, there was a space being held by a DAO, by a club in Chinese community called 6,000 U Club, and Pingfen, she's in the space right now, and she joined the space, and some people in the club is planning to ask like explain in Chinese to the entire Chinese community about how does the nouns work. Then start from last week, I start to buy some Leo nouns, and I managed to buy 8 of them, and now I think that this method is fantastic. Then I was talking to the people in the club, says like, I think I should buy one, and I think I should persuade more Chinese people to join this community, and then I just buy one, and I found there are only 8 people in the community are Chinese, in the Nouns community are Chinese. So I think there's lots of potential in the Chinese community for the Nouns to get more and more, to bring more and more people.
I think that's awesome. I don't know if you've met Noun 74 yet. He's one of the folks in the community, the Nouns community, who is Chinese, and he's done a couple spaces with us recently with the Chinese CryptoPunks community as well, and so we've had like 0x Parzival and some of those folks on the show to talk about nouns. So would love to connect you if you haven't connected already with 74, and love to see more Chinese nouns content in general.
Yes, I'm already in the Discord channel, and he already added me, like Nick, right? Yeah.
Awesome, love it.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'm gonna send you a DM. We'll get you hooked up for a day to come on the show and talk for a full hour if you can about all this stuff, because it's really interesting.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I will bring some Chinese friends if you like.
Please do, yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. And I know Wide Eyes Carl is always available to interpret as well. If you wanted to have an extra person there to interpret, and we could do the space in a bilingual fashion too, so that if there's some people who prefer to speak Mandarin, they can do so, and vice versa. So.
Yes. And he already talked about this to me, and he says like he will be a translator. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, we'll hook something up. Thanks for coming on, and congrats on the noun. It's a beautiful noun.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Well, I did get rugged for the top half of the show, so I kind of missed the whole rosebud thing live. But congratulations to us. We did it. That was pretty awesome.
Nailed it. I think it was record
Amazing.
time. So good.
And it's a gorgeous rosebud too.
Yeah,
it's a good one, guys.
Like I was kind of expecting, like, okay, it's a rosebud head. It's not great, but we're gonna get it. But no, this is fantastic.
It's a pretty good TNS mic drop for the year, I think.
Right?
Really? Yeah.
Definitely.
I just want to shout out
unless we can do like 3 in a row.
We should have just rugged the space as soon as we minted it. Just rug the space.
Proper mic drop.
Literal mic drop. What was it? Like a mic rug.
The cool thing is, guys, all the officials for the tournament wear these like and I feel like this.
Oh, I think
you are coming to us from inside a speaking spell at the moment.
Yeah, you sound like a robot. I wasn't sure if it was just me. But... Chris, you still there?
My hills. That's my house.
Yeah. Are you there, Chris?
I think one of the floats ate him.
As Chris comes back, I want to shout out to the Food Nouns crew that's down at the Rose Parade. I mean, like everyone who's down there doing the Nouns OTG, they're literally all from the same Discord. I think this is an organized Food Nouns raid, and I'm so happy to see it. So it's exciting.
They're like sneaking food onto the float. They're like, technically, this fruit is a flower.
I mean, there is
He just gave me an idea for what to do during the parade. That's going to be fun.
Are you there, Robot Fistro?
No, but I wish. Are you kidding me? I did try to get out there, and it was going to be like $2,000, and I literally just moved halfway down the country. So
we just gave you an idea for a drinking game. That's what you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to just make a float.
Every time you say now, you take a shot. Is that how it's going to be?
Oh, that's a great idea. Everyone should make. You know, when my kids were little, they all made like shoebox floats for the Rose Parade at school. I feel like everyone should. We should have a contest for
Yes.
making your own
For
shoebox
making a little.
rose.
Yeah.
That's an awesome
Done.
idea.
I mean, I was
Let's
talking
do
about
that.
making like a root beer float, but that works too.
Or that, yeah, or a root beer float.
I was going to do that and like
I'm
put like
I'm
get a
picturing
syrup and
someone.
put noggles on it.
I'm picturing someone trying to make one out of cardboard and then giving up and just making a root beer float at the end.
Yeah, that's
Maybe-
me.
maybe.
You're picturing me. That's what I'm going to do, inevitably.
I love that.
It also sounds like the plot to a Mr. Bean episode. So apparently, our FG is Mr. Bean.
In so many ways.
Darius, what's up?
But I think I cut off earlier. You guys said I sound like a robot, but what I was saying was all the officials that work at the Rose Parade wear these like cute little white suits, and so I think the fact that this noun you just FOMO'd is wearing a white suit is
yeah,
very
that's
clutch.
amazing.
Yeah, so
Totally
you guys
forgot
will see them
about
on
that.
TV.
That's amazing.
You'll see
That
them
was
on
part
TV.
of what
They'll be
we
wearing these
ordered.
little white-
We put in our order to the blockchain earlier.
Feels like the fix was in. The fix was in, Toad. Fix was in.
Yeah, nobody's gonna believe by the end of TNS's next year. Nobody's gonna believe that nouns are randomly generated. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, are you sure?" Tell that to the Halloween noun and the Rose Parade noun and the Christmas nouns. I don't think so.
Randomishly generated.
Randomly generated, yes.
Randomish. From the studio that brought you Nounish comes Randomish.
Sounds pretty good. I'm sure Joshua Fisher already has the plot written. So.
No,
right.
it's not. It's not a. It's not a show with a plot. It's a clip show of random jokes from the Nounish episodes.
Oh well, I'm pretty sure Joshua still has a script. Anyway.
It's called Noun Shorts, and we'll be releasing them soon.
Told you.
I love it.
All right, so 2 things left to do here. We got to give you a POAP and we got to do a retweet picker winner. And boy, do we have a lot of retweets on this one. I think 41 retweets. So it's a big prize. Darius, we'll come back to you in a minute. Just want to get this POAP and retweet picker out of the way. Ryan, you got a POAP for us?
I do, Tody. It's pretty simple tonight.
All right.
The secret word.
Does that mean no 007?
The secret word is Rose Bowl 23.
Sorry, say again?
Rose Bowl 23.
23?
Yeah, like the year 2023.
Hey. It worked for me. Excellent. POAP.
When are you going to bring back 007, man?
It's coming soon. I just have to give it on vacation right now. That's all.
I used it a couple days ago, but you weren't here.
Yo, can you call that Rose Bowl?
ROSEBOWL.
All right.
2-3.
Correct.
2-3.
Right. I've got a retweet picker winner as well. And I'm happy to give it to this person because he's got a Nomo as his PFP, a snowmobile as his PFP.
Amazing.
Crypto Antone. Congratulations.
Hey, nice.
Congratulations.
Such a good one, man.
Yeah, send us a quick DM. You won 0.069 for coming to the space and retweeting it for us.
Is the POAP already over?
The window, you mean? It worked for me.
The windows
worked for me, yeah.
What is the phrase again? I'm sorry.
Rose Bowl 23.
Rose Bowl 23.
Yeah, it says it reached the minting limit, but it's okay.
Oh, that might be it.
We ran into
can
something like
request more
that yesterday, too.
You can request more links. We might have, or we might be getting botted or something. I mean, our farm.
I have links, Josh. I'll send you one. If anybody else got that, send me a message too.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Thank you.
When I was rugged, did anybody go over what a NOMO was? I didn't think I heard that, but I could have been rugged during that period. Just want to make sure we talked about what a NOMO was.
Ben did all the things. He did
all the things.
Yeah. I don't know if I
build.
actually explained what a Nomo was. I just explained how to play it and what we were going to do. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, a Nomo is basically gives us another chance after FOMO to rescue our favorite noun that we got to see during FOMO. If FOMO gets rugged, then we get the last 30 blocks anyway of what could have been. And today we had quite a few, so we had a nice selection to save one from. Still doesn't turn out the way you want. I feel like there needs to be another round. Sometimes you don't get the one you want.
Well, I mean, then you just have to mint that Nomo a different time and then trade. But I think we got a pretty good builder Nomo here, if you ask me.
Yeah, he's a beautiful
Fancy
noun.
builder Nomo.
I love it.
I grabbed one.
Let's go YMCA.
All right. What if the Nomos that don't get picked can still be minted for like somewhat of like a either a low or a high? Maybe high is more fun, but only once.
Oh, like a consolation Nomo? Is that what you're saying?
It's just like another level of collecting that you can kind of do.
It's kind of like a YOLO Nomo.
Kind of. Yeah, I guess you
I
could
don't know.
YOLO. You could be playing YOLO at the same time and just YOLO whatever you like, and that's the same difference, I guess.
But it doesn't have that pretty yellow and.
But keep the ideas coming. Keep the ideas
Maybe
coming.
if we have have the cemetery graveyard down the bottom for all the ones that died and we lost them all, then you can actually save them for like an extra fee. Like, I really, really need to get that one.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Then you're like, well, support the show even more and grab one of those too.
It's like I suck at clicking, but I want to pay for the
I can buy it, right? Money buys everything.
That's right.
Pay per Nomo.
Yeah.
It's pay to Nomo. Anyway.
But is it like
multiple
is it
Nomos?
like I feel like there's like something cool about the exclusivity of the ones that like I love having the open edition the way it is now, and then like the ones that don't get the one that doesn't get picked, those ones are still available somehow. There's something interesting there. I don't know.
But only once, maybe? Like you can save it, but you'll only one?
Yeah, I think like only one person can save it.
That's a good idea, actually.
But then it's like, it's like who's going the fastest, I guess.
It's like a YOLO.
Jump cut to Al winning every time.
It's like a
YOLO. It's like me, easy.
Or is it price that like makes it, like if somebody needs to hesitate for like one split second, and then that's how that's how it works.
Just lose everything. Well, at least that.
I thought I was gonna get that vending machine.
I think
speaking of Nomo,
number one.
Speaking of Nomo, we've got a backlog of sort of cool requests for the game and stuff that's coming down the line. And if you've heard of NounsDAO's permissionless grants program, it's pretty cool. Basically, everyone who's a member of NounsDAO gets the option to claim 1 ETH for a project that's Nounish. So I've decided to use my 1 ETH for my NounsDAO membership towards Nomo. So I'm going to just be giving that over to Volky, our dev, and saying, hey, can we get some more stuff? So more stuff coming down the line for Nomo.
I think I'm going to do the same thing because I think I was biting off more than I can chew with the idea I had. And I think Nomo has the ability to, keep proliferating harder, and then we can shout out Nounsel every single time because Nounsel helps support it. I think it's
maybe we could even put that on there, like sponsored by Nounsel. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Some
thoughts. I vote for dark mode as default.
You're gonna have to put your Nounsel grant up for that. Let's put your money where your mouth is, Symbio. I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Well, it's been a very productive 200th consecutive TNS 9 o'clock live. Thank you guys for supporting us and coming out every single night. We've never had a space where we fired it up and we were like, welp, nobody's here. You guys always come out in force, and we wouldn't have a show without you. So thank you all.
Yeah, it's been a good time. Good year.
Can't wait till we get to 365. It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, not long.
365. I'm showing up every single day. We did this not because it was easy.
We did it because we
thought it would be easy.
We didn't realize what we were doing.
I'm trying to find the meme that I posted in Discord the other day. I don't know. I forget what it said. Oh yeah, we do this not because it is easy, but because we thought it would be. That's what it was.
Yep.
How close to Eastern midnight does tomorrow's show start?
It's got to be pretty close now, I think.
We're probably going to start at like 11:45, like 15 till, because the auction, if it doesn't extend, is ending at like 11:50.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Well, see you there tomorrow night. Okay, Darius, you got 1 minute before you get overtaken by Seal's Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah, that's great. That's more than enough. Yeah. Since you don't, some of you know, yesterday was my birthday, and I'm dropping some drone shot, drone shot. Recently, every month a piece, and this is my last drop of 2022. That's the cheapest NFT of my whole life. So if you like that, just take it, and if not, just retweet it so more people can check that. And the show that I won the grant from round 2, which was called Noun or Talk, and I changed that to Noun or Art, is getting ready. I just dropped something of the identity of the show on the Discord, so check that out and share some feedback with me. Thanks for having me.
I think you should always drop your additions to the background of Seal from now on.
Yeah, let's go.
Well done, everybody. Well done minting that beautiful rosebud. See you all tomorrow.
And in a timely fashion, too.